All right. So today's video is a little bit different. I will be doing Oscar predictions for 2026. Um, well, it's really 2025. You know, it's the Oscars we're watching in 2026, but you know these are for the awards for 2025. But anyways, I said I'm gonna do this because this is the first. I think this is one of the first years I've seen. I think I've seen not one of the first. Pretty much, it's one of the first years I feel like I've seen almost every single movie in every category. So I actually kind of know what I'm talking about for a good amount of these categories. And the ones that I don't know too much about, I'll let you know, and I'll probably like either skip those and just talk about the ones I do know about and the movies I have seen. So we will start with this. We're gonna start with actor in a leading role. So they got Timothy Chalamet for Marty Supreme. I did see that. They have Leonardo DiCaprio for One Battle After Another, and I did see that. And they got Ethan Hawke for Blue Moon, and I did see that as well. And then, of course, Michael B. Jordan for Sinners, and I did see that as well. And the last one, I believe, is the Secret Agent. All right, so I actually have not seen The Secret Agent, so I'll go be real with that. I have not seen that. But as far as the other ones, as far as actor and leading role, I'm gonna go with Michael B. Jordan. I've seen all those other movies except for The Secret Agent, but I think it's gonna be Michael B. Jordan, just because. I mean, I know there's been films where people play twins or the people have played doubles of themselves. I've seen movies where people play doubles of themselves, but in this instance, like, I really do think Michael B. Jordan did a great job. Everyone else, they were good in their roles, but that film, see, and now I'm talking about the film, but I really just got to be talking about the performance, the actor in the leading role. Him in that leading role, he's playing dual roles, but then also his nuances of how you could tell each character between Smoke and Stack is so good that, like, even when I think about it now, I could think about like different things he did with his face and different ways he talked and then different swagger to each character. And I think that really came out so well. And also to a point where, without spoiling much, all I will say is this. In Sinners, one of the characters, something bad happens to them. And when that something bad happens to that character, and he's basically, I'll say, he's just holding himself and he's like kind of like broken. In that moment, I'm like mourning the loss of another character, which is himself. You know what I mean? So it's like sometimes if someone does so good in a role, you could almost forget that they're, obviously we know it's him. We know he doesn't have a twin. But the point is, when I was watching that movie, he made me feel emotion, like I really lost someone. And then it's interesting because it's like he's holding himself in that scene. He's like, he like, his performance kind of passes through the movie, is what I'll say. Like, you could feel it. And I think that matters. Like I said, I did not see The Secret Agent, so I can't say anything about Wagner Moura, but the guy who was in Secret Agent. But I will say I did see Marty Supreme. I thought that was good, but I thought Timothy Chalamet was good, but I don't think that movie, and I don't think his role in that movie warrants an Oscar, in my opinion. Like, I saw Marty Supreme and I enjoyed it, but nothing in it, nothing his character went through and he did in that moment made me feel like this is Oscar worthy. Nothing really did that for me. Leonardo DiCaprio, One Battle After Another, he's very good in that movie. And this is the only issue with that. Leonardo DiCaprio is so good, and he's been so good for years and years and years and years that we almost kind of take him for granted. And I think that's part of what I did when I watched One Battle After Another. Like, he was good in the movie, but like, it's like I've seen him do so much better in different roles. Like Wolf of Wall Street, like, yeah, I watched that and I think everything his character goes through, like, I feel like that's an Oscar-worthy movie. But for this film, I don't think that Leo is gonna get it. Blue Moon, I did see Blue Moon. Ethan Hawke was very good. And I think that he is actually more likely to get the Oscar than Timothy Chalamet if Michael B. Jordan doesn't win. Because I saw Blue Moon, and Blue Moon, that character, the whole movie really takes place in one location, in one bar. And Ethan Hawke is talking the entire time. And I was riveted the entire movie. It was all he's doing is talking to people. But Ethan Hawke is playing like, he's playing a writer, and he's playing a musician, and he's very, like, you could tell that he loves what he does, and he's having to deal with, I don't want to go into too much of a review of the movie, but all I'm saying is that he has to deal with his emotions and, you know, different things in his industry changing, and he makes it all incredibly interesting, and it's all taking place in one spot. And the way the way he inhabits that character is like perfect in that movie. Because like I said, everything takes place in one place. The camera does move a bit, but it's almost like it's almost like a play, the way that movie is. And Ethan Hawke is like, he made the movie. He literally makes the movie. So that's the only reason I think Ethan Hawke might win, but more than Marty Supreme. I mean, more than Timothy Chalamet. But I think at the end of the day, Michael B. Jordan, I think he will get it. I think he will win. Next, let me see something here. Let me see. All right, actor in a supporting role. Benicio del Toro. We got Jacob Elordi for Frankenstein, and we got Delroy Lindo for Sinners, and then we got Sean Penn for One Battle After Another, and Stellan Skarsgård for Sentimental Value. I've seen all these movies once again, so I've seen all these in this. You know, well, the last one is I didn't see Secret Agent, but the point is I've seen a lot of these. That's why I'm doing this video. For actor in supporting role, I'm gonna say, I really want to say Delroy Lindo because he was so great in Sinners. But then it's interesting because Jacob Elordi for Frankenstein is interesting because he's basically like the main character. He doesn't really feel like a supporting role. You know, he really doesn't feel like he's kind of weird that he's in the supporting role. I feel like he didn't make the leading role because technically he's not the lead, but he kind of is. So I just feel like it's weird that he's in the supporting role because they just kind of shoved him in there. I would say I don't think it's gonna be Jacob Elordi, even though I really loved his performance as Frankenstein's monster. But I wouldn't want Delroy Lindo, but if I'm really being honest about all these films that I've seen here, I'm gonna go with Sean Penn for One Battle After Another. If you've seen One Battle After Another, it's like Delroy Lindo is amazing in Sinners as a supporting role. He really is amazing, and I really want him to win this. But if I'm being completely honest, when I walked out of One Battle After Another, Sean Penn was on my mind, and so was Delroy Lindo when I left Sinners. But more than anything, Michael B. Jordan, because his performance, like I said, that's why he deserves the lead actor award. Delroy Lindo is amazing in Sinners, but when I think about One Battle After Another, Sean Penn, he stands out so incredibly well in One Battle After Another. And that movie is so, the way that movie is written, it's made for a character like Sean Penn to stand out. Like, obviously, Delroy Lindo is a supporting role in Sinners, and he doesn't take too much screen time, so we get to enjoy him for every little bit that we get. But Sean Penn does have way more screen time than Delroy Lindo has in Sinners, and I think that's what kind of makes me really go for Sean Penn. But also because Sean Penn is just so, what he has to work with in that film is so good, and he's so amazing that I would give it to Sean Penn for acting a supporting role. Okay, all right. Next, we're gonna go with let's see here, actress in supporting role. I mean, no, actress in leading role. Okay, actress in leading role. All right, this is easy for me. I'm gonna go with Jessie Buckley. The reason I say Jessie Buckley, I didn't know anything about this woman. I went to see Hamnet. All right, first of all, I didn't even tell you all the nominees. So the nominees, they got Hamnet, they got If I Had Legs I'd Kick You, they got Kate Hudson for Song Sung Blue. That one I actually did not see. Sentimental Value, Renette Renevises, and Emma Stone for Begonia. So I've seen all those movies except for Song Sung Blue. So each category is like one movie I didn't see, but for the most part, a lot of them I did. Like I said, Rose Brown was great, and If I Had Legs I'd Kick You, but Hamnet is kind of made for the awards because of the type of film it is, but also Jessie Buckley goes through something so traumatic, you know. All I'm gonna say is the loss of a loved one, and she does more than that, but she evokes so much emotion. She gets you as a viewer to get emotion out. She's transformative in that role. And Rose Byrne is amazing as well in her film, but I would give this to Jessie Buckley because like what she has to go through, but also how she goes through it, it's painful. It's painful to watch, but it's effective. It's effective, and it affected me, and I still think about like how I felt when I was watching that film in the theater. So yeah, I give that to Jessie Buckley. Next, we're gonna go with actress in a supporting role. Actress in a supporting role, They got Ella Fanning for Sentimental Value. And they got Igna. I'm not gonna say all the names. I'll put some photos on the thing, but Igna Elias for Sentimental Value, and Amy Madigan for Weapons, and then you got Wumi Mosaku for Sinners, and then you got Tiana Taylor for One Battle After Another. This one is a little bit more tricky. I wouldn't go Ella Fanning for Sentimental Value. She was good. Igna, I believe, was the girl who played the sister, Sentimental Value. She was really good. Amy Madigan, I seen all these films in this list right here. I actually would go with Amy Madigan. If you've seen Weapons, you know, like, her character just, you know. And here's the thing, Sinners is good as well. I'm thinking about Wumi Mosaku. She did great as well as in that role. But if you've seen Weapons, you know, I think when you think about the awards, you have to think about someone who didn't have too much screen time, and they really just, they took it and they ran with it. They did great. And all these people did pretty good jobs, but I feel like Amy Madigan, but it's also about the movie, because if the movie is written in such a way that these characters get to shine in a way that some of the other people on this list don't get to shine, then that's what happens. That's where you get to see who's a winner. So I would say, even though I do like Wumi Mosaku for Sinners, I would actually go with Amy Madigan for Weapons on this. But yeah. All right, so if I'm moving on next, let's see here. Animated feature film. Animated feature film, I did see, they say they have Arco. I did go see Arco. They have Elio. I did see Elio. They got K-pop Demon Hunters. And then they got Little Amulet, or the Character of Rain. I didn't check that out. And Zootopia 2. So one film out of this list. Another. So it's like, I've seen pretty much all these movies. Animated feature film. I'm just going to go with K-pop Demon Hunters. Only reason I say that is because I saw K-pop Demon Hunters late in the game. People kept talking about it. And when people keep saying, "Yeah, I've had my ear, this is the best movie ever, or I love it," it makes me not want to watch it. I have to like wait months and then watch it. And I did. I waited to watch K-pop Demon Hunters when everyone was still talking about it, but I waited like months, and then I saw it, and then I loved it. The story is good in K-pop. The story, as much as the animation is cool and everything, if a story is good enough, it can transcend the movie itself, and people are going to be talking about it. The songs are catchy. That's good too. The songs are catchy, but the story, I really like the story of these Demon Hunters and this friend group and this K-pop group. It's actually a really good story. And you know, one of them is, you know, I'm not going to spoil it, but you know, if you've seen K-pop Demon Hunters, you know that one of them has a secret and different things like that. I like the story so much, and I did watch it multiple times on Netflix, so I did contribute to the streaming for that. So I really actually did like that movie a lot, so I'm going to go with K-pop Demon Hunters. Next, let's see here. Animated shorts, we're going to skip that because I don't know anything about that. We're going to do castings. Castings, they got Hamnet, they got Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Secret Agent, I didn't see that one once again, and then Sinners. This is for casting. I'm going to go with Sinners for this one. Simply because that cast, Michael B. Jordan, again, Michael B. Jordan, even though it's one person. And then you got Wumi Mosaku, Delroy Lindo, you got Haley Steinfeld. Like, you have a good amount of people in this cast that really make Sinners pop. It really does. It made it pop. Marty Supreme, you got Timothée Chalamet, and you got some other actors, but no one's like popping. No one. You think about Marty Supreme, you don't think about the cast like that, at least for my standards. So I'm gonna go with Sinners for casting. All right, on to the next one. Cinematography. They got Frankenstein, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sinners, and they got Train Dreams. Once again, I've seen everything in this list except for one movie, Train Dreams. I did not see that. But for cinematography, I don't even have to think about it. I'm going Frankenstein. Some people might say Sinners, but I was in the theater. I got to see Frankenstein in the theater. And that movie is beautiful. Beautiful. That movie made me remember why I love going to the movie theaters. Sinners did that too. But Frankenstein was just on a different level. It touched me while I was watching that film. I was watching like, this is beautiful, but also the story is good. And I just, it was so much in nature and different parts You got to see Frankenstein's laboratory, which was amazing. But there was a lot of stuff in nature. Frankenstein going through the world and, you know, finding things out and trying to, you know, like, I'm going to give this to Frankenstein for cinematography. Let's move on. Costume design. Avatar, Fire and Ash, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, Sinners. I've seen all of these in this category for costume design. Costume design, even though the costumes are pretty good in Avatar, Fire and Ash, I'm gonna have to give this to Frankenstein because simply the movie kind of makes it win. Because Frankenstein, you think costume design, Frankenstein is the whole entire costume and design. So like, in Sinners, the vampires in Sinners were amazing though, simply amazing. But we're not talking about effects because I like the effects in the eyes of the vampires. That really helped sell it for me. But as far as the costumes and stuff, I feel like that was good for the time period, but it's not something I don't think is going to get the award. I'm going to go with Frankenstein for this because, come on, Frankenstein, you got to give Frankenstein for the costume design. So there's another one. Next, we're going to go into directing. Directing, we got Hamnet, Chloe Zhao, Marty Supreme, John Safdie, One Battle After Another, Paul Thomas Anderson. Sentimental Value, I really did like that. Sinners, Ryan Coogler. For directing, I'm going to go with Ryan Coogler for Sinners. The reason I say that is because he directed a beautiful cast to make an amazing film. And then also this. He directed the film very gracefully. One perfect example of that is the scene in Sinners, without spoiling much. There's a scene where someone is singing a beautiful song and it's going through beautiful transitions. And a bit of it is a one shot. And then it transfers into, you know, different time periods. And it's a beautiful scene, if you know what I'm talking about. And just that scene alone, I think, should win him the directing. Obviously, there's editing involved in that too, but he's the director. He's the one who crafted that entire sequence to make it how it's supposed to be. You know, he obviously paid choreographers and stuff like that, but he got this band of people together to create that amazing cinematic moment, and that is why I think Ryan Coogler. Anyways, let's move on. Documentary feature film, skipping that because I don't know anything about that. Documentary short, skipping that, I don't know anything about that. We're gonna go to film editing. Film editing, they got F1, they got Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sentimental Value, and they got Sinners. For film editing. This one is a little bit harder, but when it comes down to it, I'm really thinking about the film. I'm gonna go with One Battle After Another for film editing. I would like Sinners, but as far as film editing, I know some people might think I'm contradicting myself because I was just talking about this crazy scene in Sinners, which did have to take a good amount of editing and different things like that, even though I said it was a bit of a one shot that could have been. But as far as the entire film, as far as the film editing, I'm going to go One Battle After Another because that movie's a bit long. But when I watched it, I did not feel it because that movie is cut in a way, it flies by. And I think that One Battle After Another does get film editing. This is what I feel. Next, we're going to go to international film. I didn't really see any of these, so we're going to probably skip that. But the one thing I do think that I don't see on that list, which is annoying, is No Other Choice. I did see No Other Choice, and that was an amazing film, so I'm not sure why that's not on there. They should show some love to that. But anyways, live action short film, I didn't see that. We're skipping that. Makeup and hairstyling. They got Frankenstein, Kokuho. I actually wanted to see Kokuho. If anyone knows what that is, but the point is, I wanted to see that movie, but it was limited showings. It gets pisses me off when some of these movies are so limited. I don't even get to see these movies. But the point is, I probably would have voted for Kokuho. But anyways, makeup and hairstyling. They got Sinners, The Smashing Machine, and The Ugly Stepsister. I don't mean to watch this Ugly Stepsister, so I gotta get on that. But I see most of these films, so I'm gonna go with makeup and hairstyling. Honestly, I seen The Smashing Machine, and The Rock looks so different. I feel like it could go to The Smashing Machine, but like I said, I didn't get to see Kokuho, but I that's what I would have voted for, just because if you see the movies and the subject matter, it's like about this actor, and he plays there. If you see the movie, you understand what I'm talking about. But makeup and hairstyling, this could go to Frankenstein though too, because the makeup. Interesting. Makeup. I think I'm just gonna go Frankenstein because it just makes sense. The makeup. I'm just gonna go makeup and hair. Frankenstein doesn't have hair, but I'm gonna go with Frankenstein on this one. It might go to Smashing Machine, but I'm gonna go with Frankenstein. Music, original song. I will go with, is it Begonia, Frankenstein, Hamnet, One Battle After Another, or Sinners for original score. Original score, not original song. Original score. I'm gonna go with Sinners because when I left the movie Sinners, I actually listened to the soundtrack for like a few weeks. I really love that soundtrack. I love all the songs. I love Pick Poor Robin Clean. I know we shouldn't like that song. Pick Poor Robin Clean. I love that song. I like that song. That song is good. And then I Lied to You is good too. But I love this music in Sinners. And I like the background music in Sinners. So I'm gonna go with original score for Sinners. Next, we're gonna do original. Let me see here. Let's see something here. Original song, music. I haven't seen all these. I didn't see Train Dreams. I'm gonna go with K-pop. They have K-pop Demon Hunters, Golden, for original song. I'm not gonna pick I Lied to You because even though I really like I Lied to You, Golden is freaking worldwide. As much as I like I Lied to You, I like I Lied to You so much. But Golden is just, I think Golden's gonna win. Golden is good. Golden is good. I can't lie. It's a pop song, but I Lied to You is very good as well. But I'm gonna go with Golden here for music and original song. Best Picture. Oh boy, I think this is the last one. Best Picture. Wow. Okay. Begonia. I did see Begonia, and it is a remake of the Save the Green Planet. I haven't seen it. I need to watch the original, but I did not really like Begonia that much, so I'm not gonna say Begonia. F1. I did like F1, but I don't think so. Frankenstein. I really love that movie, but I don't think it's winning Best Picture. Hamnet. I like that a lot, but I don't think it's winning Best Picture. Marty Supreme. That was pretty good. Not a Best Picture to me. One Battle After Another was very good, but it's not a Best Picture to me. The Secret Agent. I did not see, but I don't think it's that one. Sentimental Value. I did see that one. Very good film, but I don't think it is the Best Picture. It possibly could win, honestly. It is a very good movie. Very good movie. I like that movie a lot, but it's not going to win. Train Dreams, I did not see, so sorry about that. I didn't see that one. Sinners, I did see. And I'm going to say this. Sinners is going to win Best Picture. If it's not, then cool. But I think Sinners is going to win because Sinners is a good freaking movie, man. And if people want to hate, that's cool. And I'm not going to say hate. Some people don't like it. That's fine. But the point I'm trying to make is sometimes when a movie is so good, people hate on it because people keep talking about it. That's how I was with K-pop Demon Hunters. I didn't watch it for months because people keep saying it's so good. Watch it. I'm like, no. I watched it and it was actually good. Sinners, I didn't have any pretense. I went to see the movie thinking, oh, hopefully this is good. And that movie blew my socks off. I didn't expect that movie. It's because it's so well done that even when it gets to the vampires, you forget that it's a vampire movie. By the time it gets to the vampires, you're like, I'm in love with this story with these two brothers on this journey trying to, make their own juke and switch up their life, like and do something for the community. When you watch that, you're like, oh, I really like this story. But then it goes into vampires, and then it's a whole still the movie keeps going and it's still good and switching genres, everything. You're like, Sinners is so good, so good. And then the music element too, with the horror, and the fact that Michael B is playing both characters, and he does it so gracefully and so. Come on, Sinners, best picture. That's what I think. Oh, we have one more. Let's see here. Give me 1 second. Production design. Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, and Sinners. Production design. I'm going with Frankenstein. Like I already told you, Frankenstein gets best cinematography for me, and I think that helps with the great production design of Frankenstein. So I would go with production design for Frankenstein. Next, sound design. We're gonna go as F1, Frankenstein, One Battle After Another, Sinners, and Sarat, which I didn't see. So I've seen most of these except for one. I'm gonna go with for sound. For sound, I'm gonna go with F1. I'm gonna go F1 for sound. I will go F1 for that. Visual effects. Avatar Fire and Ash, F1, Jurassic World Rebirth. What is that one on the list? Get that out of here. I know people like dinosaurs, but I'm sorry. The Lost Bus, That's the only one I didn't see in the Sinners. For visual effects, like I said, the visual effects on the vampires, little pieces of with the eyes and stuff, very good. But for visual effects, you got to give the Avatar. Like, people forget so much when they watch Avatar that they forget its visual effects because it's so good. So I'm just gonna give it to Avatar because you have to. I mean, you don't have to, but it's so good that you don't even realize it's effects anymore. It's that good. It's like these are people you're watching that's not really people. Like, what? The water, everything. Jeez, a week. That's Avatar, Fire and Ash. Visual effects. Let's see. I'm almost done with this list. This is the longest video I ever did. Writing, adapted screenplay. Begonia, Frankenstein, Hamnet, One Battlestar, another, and Train Dreams. Once again, I've seen pretty much everything except for one thing. I didn't see Train Dreams. For writing, I'm gonna say. For writing, I'm gonna go with Hamnet. It's funny because I think that Blue Moon was amazing, but I don't think that's an adapted screenplay. But if it was, it probably would have been Blue Moon because Blue Moon was written so awesomely. Because my mind was engaged the whole time and it was like in one spot. But the point I'm trying to make is this is going to go to Hamnet for best screenplay. I think so. Next, this is it. Finally, done. Sorry, this is the longest video ever. Writing. Original screenplay. They got Blue Moon. Oh, I was just talking about that. It was an accident. I didn't see that. It was Marty Supreme. I did see Sentimental Value. Yup, and Sinners. Best writing for original screenplay. Golly. I just said Blue Moon was so good. And then now here it is, original screenplay. And now it's versing Sinners and Sentiments of Value. For original screenplay, Blue Moon is so good. The way it's written is so good. Damn, original screenplay. We got to do this. Make this decision quick. This video is too long. Original screenplay is going to be... Damn, Sinners is so good, man. Sinners is so good. Shoot. It's not Marty Supreme. Get that out of here. I didn't see it was just an accident, so I can't really say about that. Sentimental Value was written very good as well. Oh, I want to give this to Blue Moon so bad. Oh my God. I think original screenplay. I think I'm going to give this to... I want to say Blue Moon so bad, but my heart is pulling me to Sinners, but gosh, original screenplay. Who knew this video was gonna end like this? Original screenplay. I'm gonna go with Sinners. I love Blue Moon. You guys probably never seen Blue Moon. Not a lot of people did, but Blue Moon is so good, well written. It takes place in like one place, and Ethan Hawke is amazing. But I'm gonna go with Sinners. That's it. That's the whole list. That's crazy. This is my first, it's probably the longest video. No one's gonna watch this. But whoever watches this, I hopefully had fun with me going through these categories. And yeah, that's it. And I'm gonna put my everything I said as far as my predictions. I'll put it like at the end for like a minute or something for you to look at it. So put it up, boom. It should be up on the screen somewhere. So you can look at everything that I said and what I thought it was gonna be. Yeah, and I'll put it in the description as well. Wow, I never did this before. Look at my voice. Am I losing it? But this is fun. It's Dejo Know the Name. Spread love and light. If you stay with me this long, I appreciate it. And if you want, subscribe. Do what you want to do, man. Like if you want to like. But it's Dejo Know the Name. Spread love and light. And since I'm excited for Mortal Kombat 2, we're gonna keep signing off with a Get Over Here. So it's Dejo Know the Name. Spread love and light. And let's go. Get over here.